Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
It is our 5th anniversary on YouTube channel. So we thought it would be a good time to thank everyone for watching us and commenting and for encouraging us to keep going. None of this was planned, so we thought we should just maybe go over the history of this channel.
Yeah, there seems to be some misconceptions out there about why we even started the channel, and few complain that we've got some kind of grievance that goes back 35 or 40 years, and we wanted to put in a little bit of the backstory so that we would get rid of that, dispel that particular assumption anyway.
So how it initially started was that we have a son here who at 16 wanted a camera,
Yes.
a filming camera.
Been interested in film and filmmaking for a long time, and we decided to use some of the money I'd got from my inheritance to invest in a camera.
Yeah.
And then, why not film my parents reading some of the documents that they'd written?
And it
So
couldn't be
just-
that they suggested that, could it?
It couldn't be that they suggested that.
Well, because he needed some experience and some just familiarity
Good
with
practice.
the camera. It was
Yeah.
practice, yeah. We had thought maybe when he filmed it, we decided, okay, well, let's put it on YouTube. Some of our friends might be interested in having this information, just a document or two, read by us. So we put it on film and then put it on YouTube, thinking, okay,
A few dozen people.
yeah, our friends will watch it. And then other people were watching it. I
And-
was shocked.
And sending comments along, which were very encouraging, but also sometimes challenging.
Right. And I think at that point, we didn't really know too much about YouTube or what was on YouTube. We certainly didn't know that there was a whole bunch of other channels devoted to Jehovah's Witnesses. We were just discovering them.
And the depressing reality struck us that there's a lot of people already doing this, but most of them don't seem to have faith. They seem to have lost whatever
Yeah.
convictions they had before.
Yeah. I think because many had started up doing a YouTube channel initially out of the Watchtower. So they've only just left. Your faith tends to be in shambles when you leave the Watchtower. You're very unsure of yourself, and you know, everything is moving under your feet.
And let's not forget angry and bitter.
Yeah.
And so a lot of this really
Comes out.
It was depressing to watch. And then we thought, well, maybe there's a place for us in this mix.
Yeah, because we were quite removed in time from the Watchtower, because we left in the 80s.
Yeah, we'd been out for, at that point, 30 years since I had resigned as an elder.
Yeah.
But in that, most of that time, after the first 15 years when Max came along, we were not active anymore in discernment ministry. The ministry had morphed from being ex-Jehovah's Witnesses talking about the experience to discernment ministry in Mississauga, the large suburb of Toronto. And we had colleagues. We had a dozen or so colleagues with us who were specialists in Mormonism, in New Age movement, in Islam. So we were broad-based ministry with a library of 10,000 books. Yes, we had a good Jehovah's Witness collection, but we had a great Mormon selection, far more on some other aspects of faith.
So around the time that Max came along, which was a long time in our marriage, 19 years married before Max came along, then life changes. When you have a kid, life changes. And when you were about 4, we didn't have the office and the store anymore. We disbanded, and a lot of the library got moved around to different people.
So occasionally we would get invited to give a talk to a church or an institution on Jehovah's Witnesses, but
For the most part, we were raising a son and active in our church life, really.
and we thought that was the end of our Jehovah's Witness connection until he showed up with his camera request,
Yeah.
and then everything changed. So here we are back with the emphasis that was there in the first 5 years we were out.
and it's worked out amazingly well. I mean, for me, we have connected with Christians all over the world, with ex-witnesses all over the world, who have channels or Zoom groups or support groups. So we've been introduced to so many new friends through doing the channel. So that's been amazing for me.
But we did want to not only thank everybody who's been encouraging and support by sending comments and by contacting us, because another thing that's come out of this since we've been in Niagara Falls is the Zoom groups, which we've part of and participate in. Mm-hmm. So all of the encouragement that comes through that, and all the encouragement that comes through the comments on the channel, mm-hmm. and all the friends, like Vivian just mentioned. Mm-hmm. But we also wanted to thank our son publicly.
Yes.
Because he had no idea when he got that camera that 3 years later he will have shot 2,000 videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eventually it got so that I said, no, I need to have this camera for myself. I need to teach them how to use the other one.
Yeah.
And he did, and that's why our videos now look so weird.
Yeah.
And fish angles and all this stuff.
He's no longer filming us with his fancy camera. Now we've got I don't know what you call it.
A webcam.
So he's still our technical advisor, you can tell, because I don't know what to call things. But he's made sacrifices in order to do this. We found we really needed him. We're not tech savvy, David and me. So we needed Max's expertise, his advice, and we still call on him daily for this or that.
Actually, when we first got to Niagara Falls, we requested that he not get a job when he was 18, so that we didn't lose him as our videographer. So, mm-hmm. And then COVID hit, so poor Max.
Yeah, he was pretty isolated, but he's been a big help to what we're doing, and he's always been supportive, even though he was not raised a witness, and really, everything he knows about the witnesses is just from being the son of people who were witnesses. Yeah.
But there is a side benefit to Max too, which is now he's got some of the same friends we've got through the channel, mm-hmm. and he gets to enjoy their friendship
company.
And
yes,
and even their hospitality pretty soon.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Visiting one of our good friends in England, who we will not name.
Yes, don't name him.
Max is going to England next month, so he's excited and we're excited.
Yeah.
That this has created
mm-hmm.
a network of friends all over the world who now do stuff together other than talk about Jehovah's Witnesses.
Were you going to... Well, one of the things we wanted to thank you all for, is the amount of positive feedback in ratings, like when it comes to... And I don't look at a lot of these things all the time, but we get very good approval rating in...
Like to dislike ratio.
Yeah.
Good comments and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of our videos, even if they're seen by 700 or 800 people or over 1,000, most of them still get 100% like ratio, which I hear is unusual.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
If you look on popular videos, even moderately popular videos, there's usually many more dislikes.
So hopefully even the people who disagree with us and dislike some things, maybe they don't feel real hostility when they hear us, and so they don't put dislike.
So if any of you are watching, you who give us a hard time, that's good too, because it gets our blood flowing.
Yeah,
and it motivates us to do more and more precise research.
Yes, to address the concerns, the questions, the disagreements. That's all good. Yeah. So if you want to contact us, we have a website that was created by one of our colleagues.
New friends from the channel.
From the channel, yeah. So that's called One Wonders, one word, onewonders.org.
Right.
You can get contact information or emails on there. And if you have any questions or want to contact us, that's the way to do it.
And also on that website, in case you don't know, there's all the PDFs that become scripts for the videos.
Yes.
And sometimes stuff that's never put on video is in those PDFs. They're in the PDF archive of the website.
Yeah.
And there's also book recommendations.
Yes.
That's the part that gets us excited, right?
So thank you very much for all your support.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
For 5 years. We're still smiling.
Yeah.
And there's no end. From what we can see, there's always more stuff to put out.
A few more books to go.
Yeah.
To recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye for now.
Bye.